Hello everyone, welcome back to the Physgun Fireside Denver LAN. We are in round 2 and we are live. It's a froyotech versus Balls LAN team. We've got J-Mac still on production, I'm Peter, and joining me is Freaky, all the way from over on the other side of the pond. Welcome aboard, Freaky.
Exactly, welcome aboard, and as soon as that happens, Harvard are dead. But yeah, great to be here. Great vibes, and here we are, Froyo, 1-up on Snakewater here, with the good old Junior from Spy Kids coming in clutch. So yeah,
Yeah.
what's been happening, Beto?
Well, we've seen Australia win a map so far. As far as this STV, I did not really see much. I saw froyotech basically win a mid and roll into last and win. I think that's what happened. I didn't catch it too clearly, but we've got the Balls LAN team. They're already here, and they're all fake nicking. I think Soul Key is Jay, and then Snow is Slemnish. Dale Cooper fan and Dingo or Judy from Spy Kid. Bubba is High Five Luna. I actually forgot. Anyway, we have a push in here until last, and Habib is being pressured, but he is not dead. Actually, somehow stays alive, gets some kills, and froyotech might just hold this. Yeah, look at that, Balls. They're gonna have to retreat.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure cooking, but still down those two soldiers on either team. But having a lot of that here for Froyo, gonna push out a last, looks like into lobby. A little pressure cook as well, you know. Gonna be matching their freak, some would say. Going through lowers here, Froyo, Habib committing through lowers. There goes Snow, the scout pick. And the Junie from Spy Kids down as well. Could be a flank, and Luna does die with that unders bit. Looks like Froyo with the drop! Barbara!
Oh. Yeah, High Five comes in there with the big play. Everyone else is going to retreat to. froyotech looks like they just want to push when they have an Uber ad. They don't really care that it's Snakewater. It's usually a mistake to push on Snakewater, but yeah, they don't care. They do pay for it with a medic drop here. And look at that. We're about to see the Ball team come back in and they actually take down Lass.
The control point is being contested.
Exactly. And now we're back to square one on second tier, but still not really square one, sorry. It's going to be 90 dis, and Paddy trying to salvage what he can, and the sticky from a bib all the way from Bats. Kills off Junie. And also Bobber as well.
Yeah, great air pipe there from Habib. That's going to definitely make a difference here. But Uber comes in. Habib is not even close. This lobby area somehow not getting cleaned out. They just power over last, and that's going to be that. And now the counter push from froyotech is going to come out here to try and block second.
Trying to block second the best they can. Froyo Hubbard it left for his demise. And looks like Banny has to clean up with the help of Habib and Africa, and it does. However, both medics dying at a similar time. This is going to be a chaotic event that's about to happen on mid-fight here.
Yeah, alright. I'm just trying to look up who Luna is. Oh, that's Artist. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to decipher at the same time.
yeah. Literally all of them are fake nicking. Like, holy hell. This is so hard. But anyway, they're coming back in here to mid. No respect being shown as a froyotech. Paddy will take down Slemnish though. And that's a really nice pick there, Soldier, for a scout. Gonna come in here, take mid, and froyotech, again, they're trying to hold these doors. They were doing this before as well, where they were just very aggressively holding doors, and I kind of like this. Not giving any space for free, but Bubba is gonna overstep his bounds here, gets taken down, and now the counter push is gonna come in here from froyotech, but they do bleed that player though.
Taking that solid pick, taking the Froyo advantage actually, and just trying to counter-sack, get the team in for the sticky snipe onto the mid, who knows.
Alright.
Pushing into second here. Snow dead. There's going to be 2 down here. They trade for a scout here, but Paddy is going to find Luna in the corner. Demo down, 3 down here. Is Froyo going to push with their 2 down?
Alright, there we go. Alright, okay. I was quiet because I was setting up the nicknames config. So I can actually tell who everyone is at this point. That's really nice. Anyways, we've got High Five behind lines now. Trying to get onto the medic, but Bandy will shut him down really well. There's no pressure from anyone in front either. So it's just going to be a bit of a slowdown here. Paddy is far forward. Looks like he wants to pressure out his soldier to maybe make room for his soldier body last to jump in here. That would be the play that makes the most sense to me. Try and put on some pressure and then send in a suicider of your own. But didn't quite manage to get there in time, so they're just going to sit back, and I think we're just settling in here for maybe some soldier sacks going over and over again.
Exactly right. The good old default Snakewater pushing into second. Now, I would love to see a delay bomb, obviously a double bomb here, trying to make space through the death corner slash cheese. Baba, eye in the...
Oh my god, high five gets launched into the air and air shot by Hobbiter. That is a crazy air arrow to start this off. That was just a single soldier and he got clip farmed. Holy hell.
Exactly, cliff farmed here, but looking for the counter from Froyo. A little bit of space here still. And Banny dying with the locker mode here, and the trade is out on mid. A lot of flashes here for Froyo. Better Uber here. Actually, worse Uber for Froyo, apologies. And it's going to be a total collapse on lowers. Paddy on lowers hit. And the other soldier just spawning up. Are they going to hold this beater?
It seems very unlikely. They do get some spawners here. Soldier gets launched into the skybox though. Oh my god, almost goes for the spoon there, but the cleanup is strong. These scouts are so good, but Habib comes flying out of the spawn. This might just be enough. You know, it's Slemmies and Jay. They are two of the best scouts in the world here. And they're not going to go out for free, but I think they're just being a bit too slow. They have the Uberad. I think, yeah, that's going to be that. They're just going to end up retreating out of here. Man, I thought we were about to get the quick equalizer here, but not quite yet.
Not quite yet is the correct thing to say. But yeah, Sniper is up. The off classes from Froyo is still kind of totaling 1-0, but still Snakewater last very famous. And as we talk about Snakewater last, we're going to push out. Red team pushing out a last here. Going to clear out right side, but still left side up for grabs. Half cap down for Slemish. It's going to be a scout down. It's going to be trade offer here, but Med down here. They got to protect Hubiter on this left-hand side. Still the spam battles on.
Yeah, they do end up getting the Hobbiter force out here. That's kind of the one salvage that they had to do. Dingo was running around on 3 HP. Low. He's not going to get into that. No, okay. I was getting nervous that he was going to get to go in and go for the crazy backup there. But really good hold here from froyotech. They were just kind of gave them the slip on the right side, and then they just came in strong from the left side once the Uber faded. And really strong hold here coming in. Hobbiter will survive. Did have to pop his Uber. Ubers are completely even here, but froyotech, they have shown that they are very willing to just go for these very aggressive pressure plays when there's even Ubers going on.
Exactly right. Now, back to square one. Still gonna. It's gonna be
here.
Yep.
You know what I want to see? I want to see artists just like snipe people with the lock and load. There's two types of demos at this LAN. There's lock and load enjoyers, and there's like normal pipes. Well, yeah, the Iron Bomber enjoyers. There's no stock enjoyers. Oh my god, Slim is actually gonna get sniped there by a normal pipe. Again, not even the lock and load.
Crazy plays are happening right now. Still sore. They're just still pressure cooking right now. A little bit. Still, Paddy. Oh.
Yeah, goes for the play. Doesn't quite make it work here. They're going to go in through grass now. Lots of aggression. And here comes the soldier bomb in. Actually just does a loop-de-loop. Finds a demo man. A lot of demo. Oh my god, the artist. Sniper pipe. Get the force out of Hobbit as well. This is actually a great play. They lose 2 players, but they gain so much out of it. If they can just hold on here, not get forced, not get draining a lot of players, they're good. And look at that. They actually gained 2 kills as well. This is looking so strong for balls.
Indeed, looking very strong here. Banny dead, but still gonna take second here. Are we gonna see an off-class engineer? Yes, we do. Now, they have to hold this here 60 disc. They're on the timer right now. Balls, gotta step on the gas here. Probably gonna go through shutter. 50 discs. It's counting down. The final countdown, some would say. Use it through shutter. Balls. Sentry down immediately here. Gonna play point. Especially gonna a bit of pineapple as witness would say, and there goes a couple picks here. Bo Soli's down on the Froyo side. They can just play this point very slowly. Still half HP. Hannah is.
Oh, the point pressure is so strong. They just only barely get to that. Oh, the Uber comes in just in the nick of time. Artist somehow flies out of there. Silly is still jumping around the point. He's going to get taken down. Artist, there's no way he can ever get in there. Oh my god, he almost cratered. But he gets out alive with his life there. I think he's just going to set up some sneaky sticky trap. But again, froyotech holding last, clutch there. They've been looking so shaky on these second points.
Yeah, especially right. Now, Medic is just spawning 40, and what are we doing, Froyo? Gonna start building here just to solidify this ad. Let's try and make up the fact of this pressure cook with this ad, unless they are going to turtle, which it's looking, every second, it's looking more and more into that area.
Yeah, they have been pretty willing to push with the small ad, so even when you go second into mid, it's not the most comfortable push here, but yeah, they want to go for it. They're going to Uber in Habib and Last very aggressively, but oh, okay, Dingo, it will go down. That's going to be the only person not able to escape here. Silly is on 80% Uber, so the counter Uber is going to come back in pretty soon. Mid's just going to change hands, so now it's going to be on the Balls land team to see if they can push in from second to mid better than froyotech can.
Exactly right. Jay, gonna clear out Saw. Still spot the soldiers. One catwalk, one in the entrance. There's gonna be great spam here from the Froyo soldiers. Almost getting caught there, Laz. Rotates out to Saw, grabs the health back. Patty. A little bit of pressure cooking here. They use it in. Balls are in. That's a very deep demo. Gets off Patty. And it's just gonna be clean up.
Grand Slam as well. Yeah, the double pick off here, that's pretty good. They can actually keep on moving with this. They're just going to leave a single scout on the point. Artist going down though. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Now they can't push for sure. It was looking pretty promising here. It's still not bad per se, but froyotech, they have their own Uber now. There's going to be no sticky traps, so you can just walk in until you have to pop it, and that's going to be that. So far, both teams, they have been popping on entry. I don't think froyotech need to do this now. This should be pretty good for them.
Yeah, Dingo could be caught behind hard. No, he isn't.
Ooh, air shot.
Ooh, clean air shot there, and it looks like the Balls team out to second, but we have a mystery person behind, which gets called out and finally dies.
That was
Finally,
Jay.
Jay, thank you so much. The exec is not execing right now for the new names, but yeah, Jay died.
Oh, yeah. You're just gonna have to remember all these players that you're not that familiar with, and they're fake nicks at the same time. Okay, Bandy's gonna walk into a sticky trap here. This could be a good opportunity to send in a sack of your own, and we do see High Five trying to inch his way forward here. See if he can get into a good position. There's actually not that many players ready to shut him down, but that's gonna be Slemness going down on the flank. High Five as well, and that's going to be that for that. But actually, Silly got forced. I completely missed that. So now Hobbity is going to be at a massive Uber ad, and they're going to have a one-man advantage here, even though Last will go down.
Dingo putting in work, killing off good old Patty here, but could also grab the scout. There goes the demo. That's Artist out of the way here. Looks like Froyo Bounty is going to fight Africa, but again, we have the flanking combo. Jay is trying to fight Froyo on second there. Still, they just used it. It's only 15 dis, and the bomb from Dingo does do a lot of damage here, but again, Froyo wants the kills. Barbato getting that 2k in lowers here. Patty, ooh, almost hitting that air shot, does hit the direct onto Jay.
I love when you see the land soldiers just going for moonshots because they know they're kind of screwed. You hit a lot of those on land. High Five just going to jump around. Good distraction there. Soldier unable to hit him. They're going to take this midpoint. They have a big, nice Uber ad. Bandy's on sniper somewhere. Okay, I thought he was just in spawn. He's actually moving forward. And I don't think they've spotted him yet. There we go. He takes down Silly with the body shot. That's a drop. Great play from Bandy. And now froyotech all of a sudden in a much more comfortable position.
Yeah. Be sipping some sort of drink by the beach right now if I was Froyo. Looks like they're gonna clear out Kitchen. The body shot from Banny does die from Bubbler through Kitchen here. Does die himself. It's just gonna be a chaos fight. Jay is still in, and he kills off the scout there. Poor old Brand Slam. Now Froyo back on bridge on second. Down 2. Looks like both their scouts. And still having that ad, it's gonna really really make this ad a bit a bit distasteful.
Yeah, it's not the most comfortable position to have Ubrad in. froyotech, I think they want to force their way through here, and actually they're going to pop very early on. Habib's going to jump through, unable to get in too deep here. But they are going to catch out Dingo at the very least. That's a one pick here. And I feel like the entire game has just been both teams Ubering in with Uberad onto mid, and then the other team retreating and doing the same over and over again.
Trying to catch out that one player that's just out of position. And talk about out of position, or positioning, in fact, the flank from Froyo is going to try and back up second tier.
Oh my god, Paddy is
just
completely owning this for froyotech. He got 2 kills on the flank with some help, and then he came in and flanked the demo man as well, took him down, so now froyotech is just going to roll on through. Silly's the only one alive. Second has been capped out. There's 2 spawners. It's going to be so unlikely that they can ever hold this. froyotech, they're just going to clean up here. No chance at all. 2-0. Clean from froyotech.
Very dominant that post movement from Froyo on Bull's team second. It was just clean up crew, yeah.
Yeah, Paddy did so much work there. Like on the flank, he just walked down the stairs, took a 1v1, and then he got another like assist with the help from his flank buddy, probably Slemnish, and then just jumped behind, got the demo man as well. Demo man didn't get flashed in time, and that was just a complete collapse there. So great individual play here from Paddy. Gonna make it 2-0 here for froyotech, who continue to still look pretty shaky here, but here comes the bombings.
Dingo bombs in, does a little damage here. Hubbard and Froyo go the left lane on their side of mid. They're going to rotate to Ball's side. Hubbard surfs it to Catwalk, but does eventually die to the Dingo second bomb. And that's a wipe for Balls, but Banny and Laz on mid.
The mid win for froyotech, but they paid for it with the life of their medic. Silly's actually going to spawn quite a bit early. I wonder if he's going to go crit creep. The answer is no. But that would have been a very obvious situation to do it in, I feel like. As it is, he's just going to have about a 15% advantage.
15, but Banny, I'm looking at an off class here, Banny. I feel like this ad will be in the favor of Froyo if he has something to say about it here.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, Banny, is he actually on spy? Yes. Whenever I see a spy, I always just assume they're sitting in spawn and
just checking the off class.
Yeah. But no, he's actually moved out here, and is he? Oh, he's on the Invisi-Watch. All right, okay, so he's not going to be sitting around in a corner. He's not going to be CCTV. He's actually going to go for a play. There's some pressure going on right now. They're actually sending in a bomber. This is all a distraction for Bane. He's coming from behind. They played it perfectly, and he gets the backstab, and he even gets out alive with the speed boost. What a play from froyotech. Perfectly executed spy play.
Exactly. Now we're still alive here. I'm going to expect another stab here. Full ad for Froyo. The soldier just respawning. How are Balls going to defend this second point?
With great difficulty, I think is the answer. They're just standing really far back, doing some casual spam, and that's it. Bandy's actually still on spy. That could definitely work in their favor. It's not the best class to have around. He's just going to cap it out while the rest move forward. That's his role so far. That's what he's been reduced to. But it's basically still a massive ass.
Yeah. Massive ad. About to use it in through Shutter. Froyo use it right hand side. That sentry gun is finally going to die. Point is still trapped up. Finally, Artist deaths. No traps are on the point. And we're going to fight over this left hand side. Heavy is out to play and it's going to do a lot of damage here. But a lot of cap time says otherwise. And Froyo take off that 3-0 win. Not win. Lead.
Yeah. Definitely looking like it's approaching a win. There's only 8 minutes remaining here. So they are definitely on track here to get a win out of this. And again, it was just a really good... well, I don't even want to say it was an individual play there. It was definitely just a good team play where the whole point was the Benny spy just coming in off of the distraction. Great plays by the soldiers. So, 3-0 for froyotech.
Great slow cook, but talking about cooking here, we've always seen Bubba go high ground here, but again, Dingo is in Froyo's kitchen, Paddy is in high bombing, so is Laz, and we're going to both land on the soldiers here. A couple of damage here, Paddy dying, and there goes Slemish. A lot of dominance here from Froyo, but Hubbard is dancing for his life, and he does die to the J-pick. Still alive in Froyo's kitchen, and Dingo's still on high. Banny, minimal HP. does find the dingo pick, but Jay still up wearing his tiger headdress. Going
Yeah.
lowers.
Yeah. It's Jay against the world, you know. There's no way a scout can win this kind of fight, but when it's Jay, you kind of feel like actually maybe he can. He's just going to be behind lines. He wants to come in and threaten the medic. So at the very least, he's just pulling everybody back here. Just being a nuisance, running back to last, delaying his own deaths for as long as possible. Taking out Scout 1v1 is actually a good thing. And let's see if the rest of the team can actually capitalize on this, because it is a lot of time being wasted here.
Just sent 3 back for the J pick here. And they're just
And
returning.
nothing else, though. I feel like Ball's land team could have definitely taken more advantage of that, pressured more. There was only 3 players there. I know they're scary and all, but they were like 5-on-3 for a while there. But here comes the big double bomb in. They're just going to go for the demo man. Doesn't even want the medic. They don't care. They're just going to go for the kills instead. And this is actually a really smart play from froyotech, because the medic does not have Uber yet on either team.
Looks like we're gonna push good. Ooh, mid gonna fall off from the second push. Encounter Laz Patty dead. Yeah, great slow cook from Froyo. But a lot of damage onto Artist there, did respawn. Still, the Ubers are out from Froyo using through Saw, and it's going to be a trade on lowers here. Habib dead, doesn't get flashed. It's going to be post Uber, and there goes Habita.
Yeah, Habita not being able to get out of there alive. We do have Banny just running behind, setting up for the play. But okay, gets sniped by Silly instead. I was about to go on the whole spiel about how that's really smart of Banny to go behind. But yeah, scratch that. We're on last here. Or we're not on last. We're going into mid here. As froyotech, they're actually holding pretty aggressively.
As in, does get airshot by Dingo, and Jay picks it up, but Patty picks up the 2k Artist. And Jay as well picks up Dingo as well, 3k for him. Hubbard is out to second with that 20 ad. But still, 3 players down, is going to get caught on the bridge. Doesn't actually. Jay,
oh, that's another snipe!
Was
Man,
so
the medic arrows are crazy this game. They've been so clutch here. As, yeah, Hobbit is on one for sure. As froyotech, I think they're just going to wait for players, maybe even wait for Uber before they do anything. They know they're about to be some spawners coming in for the Ball's land beam. As they're just going to be setting up. We have Jay on Engineer, we have Slemness on Sniper, and froyotech, they are just taking lobby, setting up for a push. Going in here to last. See if they can make it 4-0 with 4 minutes remaining. That should be the nail in the coffin here.
Hey, I'm looking at Slammer Sniper on that left-hand side where the sentry is, but Froyo from Undis uses in the sentry gun right side, does finally go down and still traps on point. It's going to be posted by Shutter. Not if Bubba has something to say about it, aka... Oh, Jay picking up Laz and Patty dead, actually. Apologies. No solis here for Froyo.
This might not be a Ball's land team are bad at pushing last. I think it might just be Snakewater's hard to push last kind of deal going on, because both teams seem to struggle with it quite a bit. You need to roll on second and go into last. That's the easiest way to cap last, it seems. But great push out here so far. They do still have a bunch of pretty weak players, so if froyotech decided to go for the aggression, they could have perhaps threatened Balls, but not going to be the case. And Balls now with the Ubrat, they're going to come in here through Saw, see what they can get done, and they're going to Uber in the demo man very aggressively. He's just alone, trying his best to get the damage in, but not really able to do much. And froyotech, they are out clean.
Clean as a whistle, some would say. Yeah. Again, we're just going to see the good old... I'm going to call it a leapfrog, even though it's not really technically a leapfrog. But we're going to see the leapfrog here. Uber's being used on mid, and Froyo is in using them from lowers. Onto Jay, does do a little bit of damage. Laz dead. There goes Mr. Slemish. But still...
Well, Artist has been isolated here. He's just fighting a scout completely alone. That was really keen eyes, well spotted there by Ben. He just picks him off. Artist unable to get out and reconnect with his team. And it's just going to be one scout. It's Jay versus a scout and a demo man. He does have a medic here on him. Jay, he's still not dead. He does have incredible movement. He actually surfs out alive. Soda's coming from behind. Oh my god, everyone's being cratered. The flank is real. They came out of forward spawn. This is just incredible for the Balls land team. I don't think froyotech was counting on that. Jay somehow stood his ground and won.
Laz with the force at the end of that whole chaos. Yeah, they were expecting to stay in the forwards. Paddy just died by the arrow from them, from Zilly. But yeah, hiding in forwards, they're just expecting to get that back spawn on last.
Yeah, the arrows continue to go crazy here. As a froyotech, they don't really want to leave this midpoint, but yeah, Banny, he's going to have to limp out of there with 2 HP. Lucky to survive that one. Mid's going to get capped out for sure here, the Balls land team. They have a 10% Uber advantage, not really enough to push off of. Also, there's 1.5 minutes remaining here, but you want to get around against Froyotech, right? You don't want to get 0 points.
Yeah, exactly. High five dead, so is Dingo, and poor old Mr. Scout. Mr. It's gonna be Slemish and Jay. It's gonna be chaotic fight post in the Froyo's saw, and it's gonna be complete wipe for the Balls team.
Yeah, they really wanted to get in there before Ubers came in, but Froyotech just held strong really well. So, unable to get in there. Everyone's caught in forward spawn as well. They're going to have to respawn back. Get a last hold going. Jay's going to go engineer. Probably would be better off going heavy at this point. I don't think Habib's going to allow him to get this sentry up to more than level 2 before he jumps in here, but we'll see. Are they going to go down? Are they going to lose 3-0 or 4-0? That's the question. Not a very important question, but here comes Habib to answer it.
Habib, I don't know, this answer seems a bit iffy right now. Sentry finally down, Post Super on that right side near the shutter door. It's going to be Post, Paddy and Laz trying their best to get some picks, but they both die with a lot of damage onto the heavy. Nice arrow from Zil. Does still up, but again, the Scout trying to post chaos onto Zilly, doesn't get much, still living on 11 HP, and Froyo lives to tell the, Froyo Banny lives to tell the tale on second.
Yeah, but that's gonna be it. Time runs out, 3-0. Last pushes were not great, but Froyotech did manage to roll them on second and mid a bunch of times, and that's gonna be enough for them to win this map. They get the first points of the tournament. They obviously lost to the Australian teams in the first one. I'm gonna check. Do we have logs this time around? The last one did not have logs, and you know the
Yeah.
rules. If a game doesn't have logs, it didn't happen.
I'm like refreshing it every 2 seconds, just crossing my fingers, hopefully
Oh no, it doesn't
no
exist.
logs.
Damn.
No!
It's so weird
Yeah,
because the demos are actually getting uploaded to Demos TF. So actually you get the best logs in there. Let me do that. This is what I've
switching
been
over to
used to.
demos.tf, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Brand Slam has 27 kills. Banny has
Oh,
26. There we go.
yeah. Yeah, Laz and Paddy doing damage, isolating those picks. Especially isolating picks and just mega damage onto poor old Artist trying to sticky off or zone out the Froyo combo, just running at his own combo.
Yeah. It was really a game of some really crucial plays going on. There was the Paddy flank, that one for a take around, and then there was the Banny backstab, that one for a take around, and then everything else was just really messy, and they seemed to struggle to push last even with a big Uber advantage. Now, yeah, Frotech, they continue to struggle. Like I know it sounds weird to say that when they won a match,
Mm.
but yeah, they haven't looked too sharp just yet. I don't know how much have you watched of this Freaky.
Look, I've watched a little bit of every team, but I'm just gonna I'm just gonna say, obviously after that first game, the Witness Gaming AU versus Froyo, I feel like there's got to be some sort of um what's the word? Like it's leaking onto the second game. They just need a reset because it's currently 3-0 though, Froyo versus good old the Balls Land team. But yeah, something has to be done about the mental, I would say.
Yeah, they might still be a bit shaken here.
Mm.
So obviously there's a thread on Team Force TV where people are posting their predictions. So I'm kind of curious to hear an Australian's view. How good do you think this Australian team is, and do you think they have a chance of winning it all?
Look, I have to back the boys in blue. I have to. Like, witness AU W number one, they're gonna do it, but realistically, Witness Gaming EU, they're looking pretty strong, pretty fierce. They've been boot camping. Same with the Witness AU, but I presume all teams have been in their boot camps, scrimming, demo reviewing. But look, I think Witness EU are pretty strong. It's just all about what Froyo has to put up against the Witness AU, especially after today, how close it was in that process. Like it was, I wouldn't even say, look, it was a W, full stop, W for Witness AU, but
Yeah.
you have to take it back and realize, hey, this is what we did wrong. This could have been either way, especially those 20 seconds left. Like they were capping second, Froyo capping second, sorry, still could have gotten it to a tie there. Like it was really close. But still, Witness AU, I think will do good. Will do us proud, Aussie, 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 oi, 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 W was.
All right. Okay. Actually, me and Josh were talking earlier about like could Australia have sent a better team? Like if there was a player you could switch for another player, would that be worth it at all? Like, was that actually be possible to make a better team?
Look, there's multiple people that will say Robor slash sheep. Like about 99.99% of the community, Oz community, will say that sheep will be subbed in slash put in. But I don't know who to replace because Witness Gaming AU have been around in this in my community or the Oceanic community for like forever. Jasmine T, big shout out to Paulson. He's been around, but those guys have been playing together to ruin that chemistry with another great player. Like Sheep, great DM. Like if you give him room, he's him. Like he's the Lisanel guy. Like
Yeah.
Sheep is him. Yeah. But I wouldn't know where to put him. Obviously, sorry, I should give some context. Robor slash Sheep is a scout player. So I don't know whether to replace the flank scout or the combo scout, but if I had to, sadly, I would replace the flank scout because I would grab two DM heavy scouts and grab the big brain 5000 IQ Silvo.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's pretty much what I said as well. Where it's like, yeah, like Robo is probably a better individual scout, but you'd ruin the scout combo. All right. So it probably doesn't make sense to pick another player there. So basically, this is a stronger of a team as you could have possibly sent, which is really cool to get in there. And also, I kind of want to know how would you rank Envith compared to Lucas and Habib? Because this line is stacked with all the best demo men in the world. Like
Yeah.
Logan is here, Artist is here as well. Like it's a crazy lineup. How do you think Envith matches up against those guys?
Look, I just have to give a shout out to Enrith, Friday Night Footy, do him justice. But look, like Habib, Habib, full stop. Just there's no context needed. I think Enrith in ranking, I'm gonna cop a lot of stuff here, but I'm gonna say he's look in the middle. I would say in the middle of every demo in the land. Obviously in the upper middle, but he's definitely top four. Definitely top four. It's just Habib. Like all I'm gonna say is Habib is
Yeah,
definitely the yeah. That's it. I don't really need to say anything else, but like artists, for example, just yeah. But Enrith does have his moments. Like if he switches onto the lock and load, like man, like you can just be on his POV and see so many air shots. It's crazy. But yeah, it's just poor Enrith, man. I feel for him, but he has his moments. Like when he turns on, when he just flicker the switch, he's on. Like he two pipe Timmy. You know.
yeah. The good part about this is that what we say doesn't really matter because he's at land and he can just prove us wrong and he can just be the best demo man,
Oh,
right?
hopefully, yeah,
Like that's the whole point of this. So good stuff.
exactly.
I just kind of wanted to hear your perspective on it, but I think we're about to go to a break here. So